miles per hour, generating forces 60 times greater than what would crack a human skull. 40 miles per hour, generating forces 60 times greater than what would crack a human skull. Miles per hour, generating forces 60 times greater than what would crack a human skull. Miles per hour, generating forces 60 times greater than what would crack a human skull. Miles per hour, generating forces 60 times greater than what would crack a human skull.
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel, and welcome to Week 3, Tar Heel Nation and college football family. Man, I'm super excited about this week. It's another opportunity for North Carolina to obviously work on some things, especially the caliber of opponent that we're going to be looking at this Saturday. And I'm really excited about this football game because one of the reasons is I really don't anticipate, honestly, there being too much of a chance of us dropping this one. So that in and of itself gives me a little bit of ease, if you will. Do me a favor, guys. Let me know if the sound is okay. Everybody hear me fine? Can everybody hear me okay? This is a sparkling soda water, if anybody was asking. I appreciate you guys, man. Sounds great, Preston, my stinking man, bro. So, like I said, man, thanks for being here, guys. I know what everybody is really here for. It's the $150, right? Like I said, weekly call-in show. All you got to do, man, is call in. You don't have to be a Tar Heel. As long as you're a college football fan, you call in, you predict the correct score, and guess what? Your boy's going to send you $150, man. So every week that somebody doesn't get it, guess what? I'm going to throw an extra $25 on there. You say, man, that's not a lot of money. Why waste my time? Bro, this is half of some people's car payment right here. This is like half of your electric bill, or at least it's half of my electric bill. So, especially if all you got to do is call in. All you got to do is call in, predict the score, man. You're good to go. So, sounds pretty good to me. And we'll have a fun time, trying to find out how these Tar Heels are going to do for the rest of the season, man. So, call in, talk a little football. You let me know what's on your mind. It's kind of your opportunity because you guys get to listen to my big mouth all the time. But if you got an opinion about something, man, that's a speeding ticket fine. Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit more than that here in the state of Florida, Preston. But touche, my friend, touche. You can let the police officer know, like, hey, bro, it's cool. I predicted the correct score of the Carolina game, so this isn't going to hit me too bad. Now, the insurance, on the other hand, is a completely different story. So can't help you with that, but I can help you pay your speeding ticket fine. So, yeah, man, call in. Let me know what you're thinking about this football game. Predict the score. We'll lock it in, bro. And if you get it, your boy's going to send you some stinking money. So, shout out to everybody in the chat right now, man. We got Preston from Greensboro, old stinking faithful Dennis in the house, man. I see we got Hutch. Hutch, I can't remember, man. Are you a Pitt fan or a West Virginia fan? Hutch said thoughts on the backyard brawl. Should be a good football game. I didn't really get to put out my ACC picks this week, man, but I'm going to personally take West Virginia in that one. I think Pitt got a little lucky. They got a little lucky, man. Eli Holstein brought them back and everything, but I think they escaped Cincinnati, and I think West Virginia, we obviously played them last year, and I think Garrett Green is a pretty good little quarterback, man. So I'm going to take West Virginia in a really, really close football game as far as that one is concerned. That should be a fun football game to watch, though. But we're going to be watching the Carolina game around here, so that's what we're going to be watching. You let me know, Hutch, who wins that football game, man. So little game breakdown before we open up the lines. We won't take too long because, like I said, I know what everybody's here for. If you haven't already, go look at the preview and prediction show. North Carolina Central. Little Russ makes a little cameo in there. He felt like a superhero. Hell, I felt like a superhero. And so go check that one out, man. Go check that one out. And for the sake of my wife who endured the torrential downpour of rain, for that 1 minute clip, go check that out for me, man. Get those views up. And I know it's North Carolina Central, but, more importantly, dude, we're talking about Carolina football, so we need to be excited about it. Every single week, make sure that, that preview and prediction show is part of your weekend, man. Yeah, he shot more Eagles. Yeah, I like it, Preston. I like it. Yeah, he shot way more Eagles than his old man. He's a pretty good shot. You saw all of them scattered on the ground. But we had a good time making that thing, man. At least me and him did. My wife, she, Miss Tara Hill, she kind of felt the brunt of that, man. So those are good times, though, man. It's good times. So, yeah, we'll just hang out. We'll just hang out, man. We'll talk a little Carolina football, and you guys will get to predict the score of the show, man. So Hutch said, I sadly agree with you, boss. I think West Virginia is going to be too much for an average at best Pitt defense. The Panthers at home, and it will be packed. You got UNC 41-10. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yeah, it's going to be a good football game. It's going to be a good football game, but I think West Virginia's a good football team. They lost to Penn State 34-12, but they're a good football team, man. Norm wouldn't have put her in the rain. Yeah. Yeah, she's regretting going with Russ now. She's like, Norm wouldn't have done that. Yeah, she would have just had to deal with all the other negative things about Norm the Niner. So anyway, man, let's get into this a little bit, guys. Obviously, the North Carolina Central Eagles, the HBCU, it's an FCS opponent. And, an interesting fact about this football game is that according to a game contract that was obtained by the News and Observer, and this happens a lot of time with these lower level opponents that we get to come to our house. The University of North Carolina is paying North Carolina Central $430,000 guaranteed to visit Chapel Hill this Saturday. So obviously those funds are supposed to help those smaller level, college football programs. Probably those funds will be distributed to they'll be allocated to other parts of their athletics department as well. So that's one of the reasons that we have these football games. If people don't like, why in the world would you schedule North Carolina Central? Excuse me. Well, it's because, one, you need an opponent that you can work on, especially in the earlier parts of the season before, you get into the brunt of ACC play. So you kind of like these guys. Maybe they're more of a week 1, week 2 as opposed to week 3. But I think with everything that's transpired with North Carolina right now, it's welcoming that we got North Carolina Central at the house this week. So $430,000 guaranteed, man. What is it? They're out in Durham, so it's like a 15-minute drive, or a 15-mile drive, if that. So North Carolina Central visits Kenan Stadium, 6 p.m. on ESPN Plus, ACC Extra. So listen, everyone needs to make sure that they have access before kickoff tomorrow. This is not to be mistaken with the ACC network. If you think that this is the ACC network and 6 p.m. comes and you're kicked back on the couch with a beer and you're ready to watch some Carolina football and then you realize that your cable provider doesn't have the game streaming, don't say that your boy Russ didn't tell you. I've heard that YouTube TV has it. I'm almost positive because I got to verify this stuff myself, but I'm pretty sure Hulu Plus Live has the game because ESPN coordinates with them as well. And I've never not been able to watch a Carolina football game on Hulu Live. So that's personally what I watch it on. And so make sure, you guys leave some time to where you can make sure that you can watch the game. And, I'm one of those weirdos that personally, if I found out that Hulu didn't have the game, even though this is North Carolina Central, I'm going to pay whatever I got to pay. I know I'm a weirdo, that I can watch that game. And yes, even North Carolina Central, because your boy does not miss Carolina football games. So like I said, man, Kenan Stadium tomorrow, 6 p.m. on ESPN Plus, ACC Extra. Make sure that your provider is carrying that game because this is a streaming. It's not going to be, televised live, if you will. It's on a streaming service. So Agent 704 said he got his streaming sites. He's straight. My man. My stinking man. I don't want anybody to go into panic mode. Solius is going to be at the game, bro. I'm so hyped for you, brother. I wish I was there with you, man. So, yeah, make sure that you have the means to watch the football game. So, a look at the weather. This is actually from yesterday, but I can't imagine that things have changed too much. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be mostly cloudy skies, a stray shower or thunderstorms possible. It's going to be a high of 82 with a low of 64, I think, around game time. It's supposed to be between like 75 to 70 degrees. So hopefully we can be spared of the rain, and it should be fairly comfortable. Might be a little humid. You see the 72% humidity there, and then it's supposed to get a little bit more humid as the night progresses. But should be a pretty good night for football, especially if we can escape all of the rain. And, so anybody that's going there, Preston, you guys should have a pretty good time, man. Hopefully you guys don't have to worry about too much rain. So, and hopefully that'll get some butts in the seats, man, because Carolina, I just found out, yeah, it is perfect football weather, bro. Carolina, though, is offering Football versus North Carolina Central, 2 for $25 special. And they'll give you 2 tickets to the UNC men's exhibition game against Johnson C. Smith on October 27th. So, listen, if you're in the area, okay, and you were having second thoughts about going to the game because it's North Carolina Central, or maybe you thought that it was going to be rainy or something like that, hey, get your butt out there. When's the last time you could get 2 tickets to a Carolina football game for $25? And they're going to throw in 2 additional tickets to watch the exhibition game against Johnson C. Smith. So 2 things. 1, that's a pretty daggum good deal. And secondly, that means that they're trying to give these tickets away, man. So, if you can, get out there and support the boys, man. Support the boys. So, like I said, it's the last time, I can't remember, I think since I've been going to Carolina games, I wasn't able to get 2 tickets for $25. So that's a pretty stinking good deal, man. It's a great opportunity to take in the beauty that is Chapel Hill and Kenan Stadium, and it should be really good weather, and you won't even have to bust your pockets, man. So it's a pretty good deal. If you're looking for any other motivation to go, Carolina's completely redone the area around the bell tower. Apparently it's like a little block party thing. And I heard that it's like very much enhanced the game day atmosphere. Some of the guys that are there all the time, Preston can probably fill you in a little bit more about that. But I hear that it's been pretty good, at least in week 2 when Charlotte visited. Secondly, the North Carolina Central marching sound, they're going to be there. So if I'm not mistaken, it's not that far away. So they should take care of you. And, it'll be a fun little halftime show, and you get to see North Carolina Central's marching band, which, those are cool, man. HBCUs, man. One thing they do very well is they have great halftime shows and they have great bands. Preston said, stop by the Moorhead Planetarium. That's where they hang out and everything. And just let them know, hey, man, I'm subscribed to the Tar Heel Huddle, and Preston, my man, will take care of you, man. Good people. I promise you, good people, man. So, yeah, you get to hear the North Carolina Central Sound Machine. That's what they're called, the Sound Machine. Now, I was at the North Carolina FAMU game in 2022 with my family. That was Drake's debut, obviously. And I enjoyed the halftime collab with FAMU. And, I don't know if you'll see that again. I haven't heard anything about a collaboration between UNC's band and North Carolina Central's band, but it's possible. And, regardless, you'll get to watch the, in North Carolina Central's band. So that should be pretty exciting. And then thirdly, you already know that the coaches and players are going to appreciate, us showing up there because this team is 2-0. It's 2-0. Hard-fought win against, Minnesota, kind of against all odds kind of thing. And then, the offense looked a little bit better against Charlotte. So it's a work in progress, man. Plus, 6 p.m. kick, bro. That means it's a night game. That means you'll get to see the stinking full light show. So it'll be the first night game. Obviously, we already know that James Madison is a noon kick. That just came out. So, this might be the last time in a while, if you will, for you to be able to take in, the new lighting system that they put into Kenan Stadium last year. So going into the injury report, Kamen Wrecker is obviously still out after his surgery. He's going to be out for a couple more weeks. Hopefully he'll be back by the Duke game. Mac also said in his North Carolina Central presser that Darwin Barlow and Austin Blasky are day-to-day. Hampton and Bryson Nesbitt, they're listed as available, if I'm not mistaken, but it could be one of those games where they get limited burn. So I'll be surprised, honestly, to see Blasky as well. Just maybe give him an extra week. And the fact that Greenberg came in and, he played well. He played well enough, if you will, and he held his own. And you would think that he'd be able to kind of do a similar job against a team like North Carolina Central. So it'll be interesting to see if Blasky suits up. Or maybe he'll suit up, but maybe he just won't get a ton of repetitions So that'll be something that I'm looking for. And obviously Darwin Barlow being out. But give the ball to Nesbitt. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that may be Connor's. That may be Connor's main guy, man, moving forward. That may be Connor Harrell's main guy. But it'll be interesting to see even how much Nesbitt plays because he got a little nicked up too. So, Nesbitt, Hampton. There's a part of me that wants O'Marion to play because, we're into week 3. Obviously, he's played 2 football games. He's averaging over 100 yards a game, but he doesn't have any touchdowns yet. And I want the kid to, I really feel like if nothing else, man, we get inside the 20, let's get him a couple touchdowns in this game and get those stats where they need to be. That's just my personal perception. But obviously, the last thing you need is your All-American running back getting hurt in a game like North Carolina Central. So, moving into the uniform combination. This is courtesy of at Carolina Football on Twitter. Carolina's going with the white top, which I'm my preference is the Carolina blue top, but it's clean, man. So you're going with the white top, the Carolina blue jersey, and the white breeches. So that's what Carolina's going to be showing out there against North Carolina Central tomorrow at 6 p.m. Just a slight deviation from what we had. Obviously, we had blue, and white against Charlotte. And then there's going to be a ton of recruits coming to this football game, which is interesting because, a lot of times these lower level competitions, they don't draw a whole lot of recruits to the game because you don't anticipate there being large crowds. Maybe the atmosphere is not what you want them to necessarily see. Preston said, shout out to Woody. But Carolina's got a bunch of guys in here, man. Carolina's got a bunch of guys coming to this football game. I want to say there are 24 recruits the last time that I looked that are coming to the game. Now, you got the guys that are, your normals on Saturday. Bryce Baker is going to be back. Obviously, he's a 25 4-star commit. The new edge that committed, Xavion Griffin-Hayes, out of the 2026 class, who's the number 114 player in the nation according to 247 Composite. He's going to be at the football game. Zaid Lott out of Providence Day, he's a 3-star commit, which is probably going to be a 4-star when it's all said and done. He'll be at the football game. And they got a bunch of other uncommitted guys, man. One of the guys of note is 2026 uncommitted 4-star linebacker Doyon Forkba Jr. out of Houston, Georgia. This is back-to-back trips for him. So he was at the Charlotte game, and now he's coming to the North Carolina Central game. So, I'll be surprised if he does not leave with an offer. They also got a 4-star tight end out of Colorado, Littleton, Colorado, Camden Jensen, who's the number 206 player according to 247, who's also making back-to-back trips as well. So he'll probably leave with an offer too. And then got to give a little shout out. The one guy from Fayetteville, North Carolina, you guys know I'm a little partial, 3-star running back Jason Franklin out of 71st High School in Fayetteville. And so I always got to show love when my Fayettevilleans are getting looked at by the flagship, man. So, hey, Coach Mac Brown, give the kid a Scally, man. We got to have a kid from Fayetteville on the roster. Okay, my bias is done. Well, maybe not. But anyway, so 24 recruits, man. 24 recruits, man. Danny Jones said, please never stop doing this channel. It's so nice being able to watch real UNC content made by the fans and not one of the media presses. Vietnam, hey, bro. 910, stand up. I appreciate you, Danny. Means a lot, brother. Means a lot, man. I have I'm not anticipating stopping. So I appreciate the love, though, brother. I appreciate the love. So a little bit into the preview of the game, man. I'm not going to go too in-depth because I've already talked about it in the preview and prediction show. If you haven't already watched that, man, please go and get those numbers up for me, man. go check out the preview and prediction show. But I thought there was some interesting things I'd like to touch on just before we open up the call lines, hear what you guys got to say. A couple of people make some predictions and everything. You know, playing an FCS opponent, I kind of went back and I was like, when is the last time Carolina lost to, you know, a Division II or now an FCS opponent, a lower level competition team? And the last time the University of North Carolina lost to an FCS program was in 1999 when the Furman Paladins, which at the time was a Division II school, came to town and they took on the 1-6 Tar Heels, and they jumped out to a 21-0 lead at half before winning the football game 28-3. And Carolina was just awful that year, bro. Just awful. They had a ton of trouble scoring points. Preston, good night, man. Preston with the 20 said, gotta put it on them early. 100%, bro. And we'll get into why that's going to be important. But Preston, man, hey, I appreciate you, brother. You're the man, dude. You are the stinking man. Nothing but love, man. So, yeah, but Furman back in 1999, Division II program. And, you know, that's just crazy to me that a team like Furman would be able to come into the University of North Carolina and, you know, just basically destroy, you know, Tar Heel Nation, you know, kicking us while we're down, if you will. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Sorry, let me get Preston in here on his throne. I got to get him in here real quick. Got to show him some love, man, for the love. So, yeah, 1999, man. Who was watching Carolina football back in 1999? Somebody tell me. Who was watching Carolina football all the way back in 1999? I know your boy was. And that was a rough, stinking year, dude. I was just a young kid, man, playing JV football at the time. And you talk about the epitome. Preston said he was at the game, sadly. Dennis, yep. So we remember that. Now, the good news is that was 25 years ago. Distant memory, right? Distant memory. And I don't anticipate that at all happening tomorrow. I think Carolina's much too talented, man. This is a very different scenario. Daniel said he was born in 1999. Well, maybe you just missed it, brother. But yeah, so I don't think, even though despite us, you know, we're going through this quarterback situation and everything, it's not even close to the level that it was in 1999. So North Carolina Central's offensive star thus far has been running back Jamari Taylor. The dude had 128 yards on 24 carries with 3 total touchdowns against Alabama State. And that's where they're going to try to be, man. They have got to run the football and stay ahead of the chains, because when Central got down against Elon last week, their quarterback, Walker Harris, struggled, bro. He struggled. That's just not their game. Playing from behind, slinging the ball around the field. He finished the game with 181 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks. So it might be a good game with as much pressure as I anticipate he's going to be in for the secondary to eat, man. Hopefully he'll just toss a couple up. Now, he's a lefty, and, you know, if you give him a little bit of time, you know, he'll find an open receiver. I'm not saying he's incompetent. That's not what I'm saying at all. Obviously, it's an FCS quarterback at North Carolina Central, but, you know, he made some decent throws in the Alabama State game, man. And so it ain't like you can just sit in a zone and let his wide receivers find grass. You have to pick these guys up, and Carolina's defensive line needs to get to him and get to him quickly. Ready to see Bryce Baker get to UNC? Yeah, that'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting because everybody's anticipating that Bryce is going to be that dude. But like you said, in Connor we trust, man. Connor, he's going to continue to grow, and we're going to be all right, man. North Carolina Central, Joaquin Davis is massive. That's their best wide receiver right now, 6'4". He's got 7 catches for 164 yards. He runs really crisp routes considering the level of competition that he's in. And they're definitely going to have to keep an eye on him. I'm anticipating that Marcus Allen will probably get that assignment because he's a little bit bigger, 6'1", 6'2". And Elijah will get the other receiver, whoever's lined up on the other side of the field. But, this kid he's pretty good, man. He's a pretty good little receiver, and that's who Walker is going to be looking for. Now, another interesting thing that I thought, Cody says UNC will win. I think the score is 35-0. Well, call in, man. You got to lock it in, brother. I appreciate the score prediction, man. Make sure you call in when we open up these phone lines. So this is a game where I think Carolina needs to seriously, depending on how long the starters play, we need to blank somebody, man. Like, I feel like this is one of those games where we should legitimately have a shot at holding them to 0 points. So the last time North Carolina shut out an opponent, it was a Larry Fedora team, surprisingly, back in 2022 when they blanked Idaho 66-0. And interestingly enough, in that same year, the first game of the season, they blanked Elon 62-0 in the opener. So, it's been a long time, man. It's been 12, 13 years since Carolina held somebody to no points. Now, they had a 6-point performance against Syracuse back in 2022. That was the season opener that year. So it would be great to see this defense not give the Eagles anything, like nothing. I think that would say a lot about the trajectory of this defense behind Jeff Collins. This shouldn't be a game where we're the defensive genius. Yeah, I don't think he's ever been called that, Preston. Now, hell of an offensive coordinator, but a defensive genius, no. And he didn't even recruit the position half the time. That's stinking outstanding, man. But this is a game, man, where they should legitimately be telling them, hey, they should not get very much against you guys, man. Like, we should legitimately have a shot at holding them to no stinking points, bro. Yeah, I saw the South Alabama game. They shortened the fourth quarter to 6 minutes. That's embarrassing. But the simple fact of the matter is, Ja'Vari, Bo, Dez, Travis, they should all dominate the line of scrimmage in this football game. And this should be a big stat-stuffing game for the Tar Heels, man. Now, on defense, the Eagles were supposed to be slightly better, but they're currently ranked 101st in the FCS on the defensive side of the ball. And remember, that's against 2 other FCS opponents. So, they're not playing particularly well on that side of the football. Now, they do have a couple of good guys in the secondary, DJ Estes and Cole Jones. Cole Jones had a pick 6 against Alabama State. So there are a couple of guys that can make you pay on the back end. So obviously it's going to be important for Connor to protect the football. And, that's just part of his maturation as QB1 and his growth, man. But like I said, at the end of the day, this is one more opportunity for the Heels to work out some kinks, especially on the offensive side of the football. So that's kind of what I got about this game, man. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about it. If there's anyone interested to call in, and we're going to see. I think that I may have gotten this Google Voice thing worked out. So if anybody wants to call in, make a score prediction, and tell me what you think about this football game, I'm going to go ahead and open up these lines, and we'll see what the people think. But while we're waiting for somebody to call, if anybody would like to, once again, this is an interesting dynamic in the fact that, we're all waiting, as patiently as possible to see what kind of growth Connor can, have as QB1. I'm still not sold, man. I'm still not sold. I think he did some really good things. He had some really good throws in that first game. I know that there's going to be a ton of butterflies and all kinds of things going on as far as he's concerned, because that's his, first start in Kenan Stadium. So I know that he had to have been just, that's a tough position to be in, man. It's a tough position to be in. So really interested to see what his growth is from the Charlotte game to the North Carolina Central game. And, that's definitely one of the things that I'm most looking forward to watching in this football game. And I can kind of put my feet back a little bit more in this one. I'm excited about it, but I'm not as nervous. Like I said, I don't anticipate, coming out on the losing end of this football game. So there's a lot of, things that I'm anxious to look at, as we get through the course of this game. Preston said we were down in Minnesota when he came in. I think he's a gamer ultimately. Hey, man, you may be very well right, brother. I mean, that may be what my man is, a stinking gamer, and, only time will tell. But that's why we need him to continue to grow. We need him to continue to grow, man, and show us that he's got it, And we need him to also stay healthy. We also need him to stay healthy, because behind him is Jacoby Criswell, and it seems like all Mac has said is that he's not ready. And I don't know necessarily what that means, what that entails. He got a couple of snaps against Charlotte at the tail end of the game. Obviously, everything's going to be super vanilla, but it'll be interesting to see if we can get him through 3 quarters healthy with some good stats, feeling good about where he's at, and then maybe even get Jacoby some burn after that. Danny said, you going to any games this year? Yes, I will be at the Wake Forest game on November 16th, and I'll be over there. I'll be with my family, and we'll be over there hanging out with Preston and his crew, man. That's probably going to be an annual ordeal. So I'll probably come to one game every year just because of the distance. But that is what game I'm going to, and it's because it's on my birthday, Danny. So, Cody McCracken, I'm going to Chapel Hill to watch UNC versus Pitt. I hear you, brother. That should actually be a good game. It's probably going to be a better game than I originally anticipated it being. So that's not going to be a bad one to watch, man. And we're going to need that place to be packed out. Hopefully we can get there undefeated. Danny Jones says, needs to learn how to get down and slide. Yeah, 100%, man. 110%. Because, the way he finished some runs were questionable, to say the least. It just wasn't, there wasn't like a slide. It wasn't a slide. It wasn't getting out of bounds. It wasn't even lowering the shoulder. It was just kind of head up, and I just think that's Connor feeling out the football game again, and I think it'll fix itself as he gets more and more repetitions. Danny said he's going to the UNC Georgia Tech game. Pray they're undefeated by then. 100%, bro. And I got him going undefeated by then, man. I still think that Carolina is better than every team leading up to that point. You got James Madison, who struggled against Gardner-Webb. I think they beat him 13-6. So, did they put it on Charlotte a little bit? Yeah, at the tail end of the game, they won 30-7. But then you follow that up with a 13-6 victory over Gardner-Webb. That doesn't necessarily strike fear in your hearts. And it'll be exciting to watch what they do this week. See if they can bounce back from that lackluster performance, if you will. And then you got Duke, who the defense is a little bit better than I thought that they would be. But even with Malik Murphy back there throwing the ball around, I think he's averaging 300 yards a game. They're not putting up staggering numbers against, some of these teams. So, once again, it's at Duke. Manny Diaz is, I would say he's an average football coach. I know they're all excited about it over there. They got another, kind of name, at least somebody that everybody knows. But I don't see any reason why we would not beat up on the Dukies as well, man. And then after that, you got Pitt. And then I think that game's a little bit closer than, like I said, I originally anticipated it being. However, I still think Carolina, top to bottom, is a more talented team. Now, Eli Holstein is a talented quarterback, and sometimes that is the difference maker, so it'll be interesting to watch that battle. But if you can get through Pitt and you take an undefeated record into Georgia Tech, which I still am high on that Georgia Tech team, I think they were a team up at Syracuse that wasn't used to being on a pedestal. And maybe they didn't take that game as seriously as they should have. And that's why you kind of saw the product that you did, much like maybe North Carolina the past, 3 years. Just not used to being in the limelight. And they're just not ready for the lights, as they say. So, starting with Duke, we can lose to anyone, but we can also beat anyone. We're dynamic this season. Hopefully, UNC gets some major confidence as mojo with running off wins. Yeah. I mean, that's true, man. That's true. I just, when I look at the talent, on the roster, like you said, and a lot of it is directly correlated to the quarterback position because we don't quite know what we have there yet. We can lose to anybody because if we're not getting good quarterback play, then teams are going to stack the box, and they're gonna eventually put enough numbers in there to where Omarion's going to have a tough time, man, because it's hard to compete against when you're outnumbered in the box. But if we can get decent quarterback play, and Connor can continue to grow, like you said, there's not a team on the schedule that we can't beat. And that even includes Florida State now. So, Danny Jones said this is hopeful thinking, but with his raw skills, it'd be nice to see him turn into a Lamar Jackson. Man, that is, those are lofty expectations, if you will, bro. Lamar is a different kind of dude. I understand what you're saying. But Lamar's got he's got a killer instinct, man. Like there's, he is he's just a different dude. I've watched him at the NFL level. I've actually, worked games where he's played and specifically watched him. My brother is a huge Baltimore Ravens fan. All of his kids are, so they love Lamar Jackson. I definitely understand what you're saying. Yeah, Walmart Lamar. Yeah, Connor. But Connor, he does, man. The dude, he's 100% an athlete. And he can 100% hurt you with his legs. 100%. It's, can we be effective in the pass game? That's the biggest thing that I'm looking for, man, is can we be effective in the pass game? And can he make the best decisions on those RPOs, between him and Omarion? Pull it when he needs to, hand it off when he needs to. Just making good, sound decisions so that Carolina can stay ahead of the chains, man. Like I said, phone lines are open. 919-590-3514. 919-590-3514. If you want to call in and make a score prediction, that's really what the show is about. So we only got 10 people in here right now, so there's no need to be nervous. But if you're interested, man, just call in, dude. And, tell me what you think the score is. Because like I said, you got to call it in so I can put it on my handy-dandy notebook, and we can make it official. And you'll have a chance to win 150 big ones. So, and you can tell everybody what you're actually thinking about this football game. Because right now I'm just sitting here talking to you. So I had put a post out there as well, man, about Carolina doesn't play until 6 o'clock. So I may very well, go live and watch one of the noon games. And I'm not gonna lie, I personally wanted to watch the State Louisiana Tech game, but I think everybody has picked Boston College and Mizzou because it's the top 25 matchup, and I got a feeling that BC is about to get stinking ran because your boy Thomas Castellanos is I think he's about to meet his maker, man. He's a really good quarterback, but I think he's benefited from the level of competition. So I think that football game could end up being a little ugly. I think it could end up getting a little ugly. But if that's what everybody wants to watch, by the time we get there tomorrow, then I'll go live at 12 o'clock, and we'll watch the BC game. I got to cut the grass in the morning. LOL State plays at 12. They play at 12, man, and, there's a part of me that, just to scout them, and hopefully La Tech can get to an early lead so I can make fun of them a little bit, maybe get some Wolfpackers in there, and talk a little bit of crap. You know how I love to do with the Wolfpack fans. but everybody wants to watch. Most people want to watch BC and Mizzou because it's a top 25 game. I get that's what it is, and it's ACC versus SEC. But yeah, man, that's thinking where they're at. So, anybody else going to the football game tomorrow? Is anybody else going to be hanging out in the live stream? Hopefully, we'll get some good participation. We had some good numbers during the Charlotte game, and Shadow, you going to the game or are you going to be in the live stream, brother? Preston says, I'll be traveling, but feel free to switch if La Tech starts winning. No doubt, bro. You know, bro. Shadow's going to the game. Awesome, dude. Awesome. I'm glad you're going, man. I'm glad you're going. Be loud and proud. He said, be sure to switch if La Tech starts winning. Yeah, I for sure will. The offense is looking rough, man. And like you said, you take away KC, dude. And, the Jolie kid is all right. But, it's one of those things where I've heard NC State podcasters talking about, like, how they swung and missed on Grayson McCall. This is the dude that was supposed to be the missing piece. And they're talking about how they swung and missed with Grayson McCall, and now they're questioning, his ability to lead them to the promised land, which I had been telling these knuckleheads wasn't stinking coming. But they were just, we got a chance to go to the playoffs this year. I don't think they understand how important Peyton Wilson was to that team. Or Dale, what's his name? Dale Duback? Dale from Step Brothers. That's his real name. I apologize. I don't think they understand how important that guy was to the team, man. He's gone now, dude. He's not walking through the door anymore. And that's just, it's a different team, bro. It's a different team. First time going to a college football game, Shadow. Good for you, bro. Good for you. There is nothing like it in the world. It is the best, man. It's the best. You going with friends or family? Because if you're going with friends, bro, you're going to have a blast, dude. You're going to have a blast, man. I'm excited for you, dude. You got to come back in here and let me know how it went, dude. First ever college football game. Nothing like it in the world, bro. Since I was a young lad. Going with your dad? Good, man. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Danny said defense was questionable with State. Yeah, the offense is looking rough. Ready to see the Huzzy KC matchup. Got a good feeling about UNC beating him this year. Once again, man, especially that you take away KC. I mean, Jordan Waters is a serviceable running back, and they do have an above-average offensive line. But that makes them so one-dimensional. And Carolina has the opportunity to be so good in the trenches this year that I really do feel good with our front seven with everybody on our schedule. I really do, and I think that we've shown that already, in the beginning of the season. Even though the competition hasn't been just like, out of this world, that's what good teams do. They stop the run. That's what I was yelling last year, and it seems like Ted Monachino and Jeff Collins got them boys, headed in the right direction, because we're doing a much better job of stopping the run. Like Jeff was saying in his presser, the Charlotte game kind of, hurt us in the sense that 80% of the yards were on 8 plays. They were chunk plays over the top because we were so concerned, the effort was so in that box to stop the run. And then you got guys like Caleb Koss, with a wide receiver running free over his head. And, Max Brown made some fantastic throws where he put it where only the stinking receiver could get it. Sometimes you just get beat, man. You tip your cap and you say, hey, bro, you made a hell of a play. But those are things that we gotta shut down. But like you said, man, Huzzy on KC would be a fantastic matchup. Fantastic, dude. If UNC isn't fired up for that game out of the past 3 years, I don't know what to say. Preston, 100%. I used to tell everybody, and I know we're a little off topic, man. We're supposed to be talking about North Carolina Central, but I think we can all attest that, this game should be about us more than it is about the opponent. And I love this thing to talk about those weirdos over in Raleigh. But I used to tell everybody that North Carolina NC State football was one of the most underrated rivalries in the country. You got fights after the game, constantly people in each other's chest, man. And it's pretty standard when you got, a state university and the university of said state going up against each other. Usually those are pretty heated rivalries, man. But North Carolina NC State has always been a very underrated one to me. And I know at least in Fayetteville, where I'm from, it's big. It's a big thing, man. You're either a Tar Heel or you're a Wolfpacker, and there's a little bit of animosity when those two teams meet, man. I mean, it's not, maybe your neighbor is a really nice guy, and on that Saturday, you go out and check the mail, and, you're not saying hello. So, we do own them with the overall. They hate to hear that, Preston, but we do own them. But I mean, just like in the sense of we don't like each other. We don't like each other. We don't like each other at all. Especially on the gridiron. And, I wish more North Carolinians would embrace that. Like I said, down there in Fayetteville when I was growing up, those were the two teams. Those were the two teams, man. Obviously you had Carolina Duke on the basketball court, but, you were either a Tar Heel or a Wolfpack, and we used to get into heated debates about, who was the flagship, who was the best team in the state, And when that game came on, and it's such oh my gosh, man, it's always, well, it's not always, but, there's been so many great games between those two schools, man. And I love the fact that it's after Thanksgiving, because it makes it almost like a state Super Bowl for me. This is just me speaking to you from my heart. I love that game, man. I love that stinking game. I look forward to it every year. And that's why what we witnessed last year broke my stinking heart, because it was the epitome of no heart. And there was no reason, once again, that team should have beat us, especially not that bad. It was just terrible, man. Danny went to college in Fayetteville, and there is no in between with UNC and State. 100%, man. 100%, bro. We used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, man. during that game. This is before, you could just stream every game. And I just wanted to be in the crowd. And I was never like this because I think it's just absolutely ridiculous for people to throw hands and stuff over a college football game. But you would see heated arguments, and you would see people being told to leave because it started to become a disturbance. That's how it is down there in Fayetteville. I don't know if it's been a while since I've been home, man, but we used to take that game super serious. Super serious. So, where'd you go to school in Fayetteville, Danny? Angry, drunk State fan. 100%, bro. 100%, man. Yeah, those guys are awesome. They're awesome to deal with. And I'm saying that with complete tongue-in-cheek. Complete tongue-in-cheek. Methodist. Nice, dude. What's up, Carlton? Nice for you to join us, bro. We're actually just talking about the Wolfpackers. Don't be saying any stinking ridiculous comments, Carlton. We're talking about how much we despise them. Methodist, man, very cool. I lived. You played ball there, super cool, Danny. I played. So I lived in College Lakes. I know that you know where that is because that's right across the street, basically, from Methodist College. So I grew up in College Lakes, man. Born and raised, bro. That's super cool, man. Super cool. You can call in right now, bro. 919-590-3514. I'm waiting for somebody to send me tell me what they think about this football game and make a pick. I knew you'd find a way to work the pack into the convo. Yeah, it's because I stinking hate them. Of course I'm going to work them in here. Get those knuckleheads all the hate I can give them, man. Only UNC or NCCU fans in early 80s, rural North Carolina, no do fans at all. Yeah, I can imagine that. 100%. So, hey, if you want to call in and give me a score prediction, man, I'm sure the people wouldn't mind hearing what you guys got to say about the game, Rotan. Old coach from Austin. Tom Austin. Oh, yeah, Tom Austin, man. Yeah, dude. Super cool, bro. So I played, I don't know, are you familiar with the high schools around there, Danny? I'm still looking for that reversible jersey for you. Nah, don't send that crap to me. You know better than that, Carlton. One side of it will be charred up. What's up, Nick? We were just talking about your people in here. Somehow the North Carolina Central call-in show has transitioned over to you guys. Played football versus at Jack Britton 71st. Okay. And you went to Scotland. Okay, cool. So I played at Trinity Christian, and I played in 2003 at E.E. Smith, and that's when they had AC, who went to Wake Forest. He was the third overall pick in the I think it was the 2006 NFL draft, and we were ranked I think we got up to number 3 in the state, but I actually broke my ankle my junior year at 71st and missed the rest of the year. So you played against Jack Britton 71st, never played against E.E. Smith. Okay. We needed a Pack fan to time out. There it is, Carlton. This turned into the NC State hate call-in show. By all means, dude. What's up, Anthony? What's up, dude? So, yeah, man, if you want to call in, man, call in. Call in, because right now we're just thinking spitballing it. Somebody give me a prediction for the game. You guys already know where I'm at. I think, what did I say, 45-10, 48-10? I think I said 45-10. I think I said 45-10. Y'all are looking to turn things around, Nick? Nah. No, I'm going to keep talking at Carlton because I can take it on the chin, man. I can take it. NC Stank stuck up the field. I don't know. That's a good question. Hey, little Russ. What's your score prediction? Come here. Come and tell everybody what your score prediction is. Huh? I don't know. Oh, it's up there. Just say it. What's your score prediction, little Russ?
What's the team we're playing?
What's the team we're playing? North Carolina Central. Don't think we'll break 30, Carlton? Yikes. Ugh. 41 to 10. Who? North Carolina. 41 to 10. Dude, Preston he's trying to get you to empty this pot, bro. He really wants you to empty this pot. Hey, so the call-in show, man, you got to call in. Little Russ is the only one who gets a bye. He doesn't have to call in because he stinking lives here. But give me a call, man. 919-590-3514. Get on here and tell us what you think about this football game. Don't be nervous, man. There's only daggone 13 people in this chat right now. 14. We got 14 in here, man. Somebody has got to want to talk to your boy. High school, red shirt. You got a year of eligibility left at 71st. Y'all won't. No, I broke my ankle at 71st, but I played for E.E. Smith. Yeah, that's funny, man. For the most part of the game, and I need to see our boy sling it. I need to see him slinging it too, Carlton. No, you didn't. You said 41 to 10 is already locked in. Hey, this kid is constantly trying to stinking check. He's trying to change the scores all the time. Now he's like, I said 42 to 10. What's up, Elijah? Good to see you, brother. I know, it's crazy, man. They have either been really good or really bad. It's very true. That is very true, man. It's crazy that it's like that, dude. Nobody, Nick. Call in, bro. Call in. Let's hear what the Wolfpacker has to say. You can predict the score, man, and I'll send you $150 if you get the score right, Nick. And you tell me what you're looking forward to as you watch the flagship university of the state of North Carolina. Yeah, we'll have a good time listening to you, Nick. We'll have a good time listening to you, man. Hopefully I got this Google Voice thing right. I'm hoping. All right. The new seating added to the football stadium. It looks ridiculous. It stinking looks ridiculous. All right, Carlton, I appreciate you hanging out for a second, brother. Get some rest. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, dude, in the live stream. Yeah, it looks ridiculous, man. It's so ugly. And I can't imagine that, the recruits are... It's just such an eyesore, man. Like, oh, my goodness. And then if you're one of the guys that can afford to sit up there, everybody's looking at you like, dude, you're that guy? $6K for a seat is insane. Yeah, to sit at the corner, bro, absolutely not. I don't care if you were waiting on me hand and foot and I was getting a foot massage, Okay, I got you, Carlton. I got you, brother. Well, we'll see you later, man. I appreciate you hanging out tonight. So, yeah, that crap is such an eyesore, dude. On some tent poles. Yeah, it looks terrible. It's just, you got this beautiful, picturesque stadium. And then it's just like you just smeared some ugly makeup all over it, bro. It's just ridiculous, man. Gosh, it looks so bad. I better be in the game playing. Yeah, for $6K, seriously. That'll be $6,000, sir. What? You realize this is going to take 3 hours, right? Hold on. Call me again, Nick. Call me again. My bad. I didn't see you call, brother. Call me one more time. It should work. I hope it works. Let me know when you're calling so I can make sure this thing is working, Nick. I swear, dude, I've had more trouble trying to get this thing right for you guys. That's off. That should be good. Are you calling again, Nick? Hey, Tara. Let's see if there we go. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Hello, you're on with Russ.
What's happening, Russ?
What's going on, brother? Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Let me make sure that...
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I know who it is, man. It's our favorite Wolfpacker. What's going on, man? What's going on? So, what is on your mind, Nick? What do you want to tell the people today? I agree. I agree, man. That was a stomping. I'm trying to think of the last time that, and I'm kind of saying this tongue in cheek, but I'm trying to think of the last time that Carolina lost by 41. Man, that was a whooping, bro. That was a whooping. Oh, there it is. I hear you. Y'all still going to the playoffs?
Five straight in a row. I feel like this team can commit.
So you think that you guys can play a little bit better?
We got to beat Clemson. That's the only way to get in. They need to be beat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would say that you need to beat North Carolina again, and it's not happening for the fourth year in a row.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams got some work to do on the field. Our offense has got to improve. I got to say our defense is fine, but our offense is where it's at, man. We got to improve on football, passing the ball better. We can't give up interceptions like that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I was surprised that they put it on your defense like that. And to be honest with you, you know, I'm starting to even wonder myself, you know, how good Grayson McCall is going to be, man. So, and then outside of KC, bro, you know, and maybe the Jolie kid, you know, it seems like you guys are a little bit limited this year, and really, I mean, it's kind of like the KC show, and state goes as KC goes. So, you know,
Yeah, a little bit here and there. We got some guys that are going to step up somehow, but we need some seniors to really step in.
yeah. I hear you, man. I hear. Well, you got a before you get off of here, Nick, and your phone dies, man. Did you have a prediction?
Well, man, I'm going to probably be straight out honest coming from a Pack fan. I'm going to honestly say chance of losing, but I got to say y'all are probably going to score almost 30, and they're going to score probably not even 7. They're probably going to score a field goal, and that's it.
So 30-3? Is that what you're going with?
We'll say 27-3. How about that?
Okay.
And I'm just hoping that does not happen, but it probably will.
So 27-3 Carolina.
As bad as Ellen played Duke, I'll agree. Y'all should win that one big time because Ellen, oh God, terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, 27-3 Carolina.
Now, man.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, it's always
All right, man. I hope you have a good night, and yeah, you too, man. Go Louisiana Tech.
let's go Wolfpack, baby.
All right, man.
All
All right, take it easy later. All right, my man. Did you guys get to hear any of his conversation? Okay, so Quan, you could hear. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had to turn it up. That's my bad, guys. I had to turn the. I'm still trying to configure this thing right, but Nick says 27-3, bro. You can hear him a little, Dennis. Yeah, I'll have to turn it up a little bit more, man, next time. That's my bad. I'm still working on this thing. You guys know I'm a little slow when it comes to this stuff. So you couldn't hear the start, but you could. Okay, all right. I'll turn it up next time, man. I think I got it. I think I possibly got it fixed. But anyway, yeah, he said 27-3 Carolina. That's what he said. So he thinks that we're only going to score 27 points. Now, I'm telling you right now, if we only score 27 against North Carolina Central, bro, I will probably have to immediately make a video and specifically redo every game. I mean, maybe a 7-5 season, dude, if that. Because there's no way that we should only score 27 points against North Carolina Central. None. Zero. Zilch. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Elon scored. I think Duke beat Elon 26-3. And then Elon just beat North Carolina Central 41-19. Preston. So at Fred Flintstone's house. It's probably not even Nick. It's probably more so me than it was Nick. But yeah. And I'd say, and I'm gonna poke a little fun at you, brother, and it's all stinking fun. It's all, it's all cool, Nick. And but I enjoyed hearing you call Elon Ellen. That is rich and compelling, dude. That was funny. Yeah, Ellen's not very good. Yeah, I like it, dude. That gave me a little chuckle, I'm not gonna lie. Gives me a little chuckle, man. Everybody gave me a hard time when last year when I was when I kept saying, people were like, "Are you even from North Carolina, bro? You're saying Appalachian State," and I'm like, "Okay, all right, my bad, guys. All right, I'm from the Sand Hills, bro. Appalachian State. I apologize." They were just hounding me over the App State pronunciation. So I'm gonna give my man Nick a little pushback on the Ellen. I appreciate you, Nick. I appreciate you, man. And I appreciate you having the fortitude to call in here, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're my one guy, our favorite Floridian. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, unfortunately, probably for the next 2 decades, Preston. Yeah, we should win, man. Yep, we should win. So, I got 2 score predictions, man, aside from myself. Little Russ and Nick. Little Russ and Nick, man, called in here. And, or Little Russ didn't call in here. He just happened to, somebody, let me see. Am I getting another call? Hello? Hello? Oh, they hung up on me. They hung up on me. Whoever that was, man, call me back. Call me back. So, yeah, we had another caller in here, man. See if we can get one more, at least one more, man, before we get everybody out of here. Been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, I agree, Quan. No way we're scoring over 30. 100%, bro. Dennis, call me back, brother. I think I hit you. I got you, man. And then for whatever reason, all right, here we go. Hello?
Hey, Russ, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you doing?
I had YouTube on and no one was picking up, so it kind of got confusing there for a second.
Yeah, you're good, brother. What's going on, man?
And just, I'm a Tar Heel, moved out to DC, so I'm unfortunately not able to make any games this year, but
Yeah.
you know, it's probably my first time in a while not making any games, but man, I appreciate the show.
I appreciate you, brother.
Score predictions. I got faith. I think this is, I think we're going to get the ball to Nesbitt. I really want to see a breakout game, I think JJ is going to have a good game. We got to find a deep threat somewhere. I think Nate, in the slot has looked good. Seems like he fixed some drop issues.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm hoping we have a breakout game. I'm thinking like 45 to 6.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
45 to 6. Yeah, and I think that
45 to 6.
yeah, 45 to 6 would be a good number, man. I would love for Carolina to get into the 50s. I mean, but I'm wondering how realistic that is. Just giving we're waiting for Connor to continue to grow. And then obviously how long do the starters play in this football game as well? So I think that's a pretty good number, man. I think I got it 45 to 10. And I'm just like, I'm so used to Carolina giving up like a late touchdown or something like that to kind of skew the final score, man. But yeah, I think those are good numbers, Dennis. And I think that if we walk out of there 45 to 6, man, I think that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's especially if we can get Connor in a rhythm, hit some passes, complete, close to 60, over 60% of his passes, and, get him some rhythm, some confidence. I think that's the most we can ask out of this game.
Yeah.
It's just
100%, man.
I do have to say I'm a little worried about those Wolfies down there.
Oh, yeah?
They look a little. Well, I mean, I'll have to say I went to Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
Coastal Carolina while Ethan was there.
Yeah.
And, Grayson was awesome. I mean, cool dude, awesome, really nice guy. And, I do want him to, it's just, it was a step up in competition. I mean, some of the teams that they were playing, even during that run in 2020 when we went, what did we go, like 11-2
Yeah.
that year?
Yeah.
Coastal did. I mean, the teams we were playing, we did play, BYU and Prop 2 game, came down, but, BYU showed their true colors later. I just feel like, it's going to take them a while for the step up of competition.
And that's fair. I mean, that is fair, man. I mean, you get Western Carolina at home, at a sold-out Raleigh, and everybody's got these high expectations for you, and then, then you got to face Tennessee and Charlotte, and, he didn't have a lot of help. That's fair, man. That's fair. I've heard, a couple of NC State guys saying, I don't know if this is like we're in the midst of a DJU type situation, which I think is a little much for right now. Obviously, as a diehard Carolina fan, and I know that you kind of probably have mixed emotions about this, given where you went to school and everything.
I'm a diehard Carolina fan too. I grew up in Chapel Hill. I'm
Yeah.
diehard.
Yes, sir.
But, my whole family went to Carolina, and I love that school. But Grayson, I feel like where he, getting out of the pocket's kind of his thing, and I feel like they're kind of treating him more as just a pocket passer
Right.
now. It's just kind of
Right.
And I don't know, they've changed their scheme down there, but if we can get Kamen back healthy and our D line, at home
I completely agree. Yep, 100%, bro. This is a game where we should literally dominate. That should be the theme of this game in the trenches, bro. I completely agree.
But I appreciate it. The only thing we have to get revenge. As I said, I'm up here in D.C. and I went to that ACC championship basketball game, and I walked in that building thinking there was no way in the earth we would lose that game.
Right.
How that game? I bought tickets. I was like, I'm just gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to this game. I'm up here, so
Yeah.
I thought there is no world we are losing to NC State in the ACC championship game.
Yeah.
And we did. I was like,
Yeah.
walked out of there shocked.
Yeah.
But, we need some payback.
We do need some payback. We do need some payback, brother. And the reason is because they will hold on to that forever. I mean, we could smash them 12 games in a row and they will talk about the time in 2020, early 2024 where they went on this mythical run. So, there's nothing we can do to change that anymore.
I do want to get your thoughts. I mean, we got JJ. He had that big catch down the sideline. Who do you think our deep threat is this year? I mean, we got McCullough that, does the inside stuff. I think of him more of like a kind of Josh Downsy type. Who's our takeoff? Is that going to be Jordan Shipp eventually?
It may be Jordan Shipp, man. I mean, Christian Hamilton, is a guy that I think that you got to kind of look at as well. And because I don't know how much Jordan is going to play, especially in these first couple of games. So he very well may end up being that guy. And I've heard that he has those capabilities. I've been calling for JJ. I think that JJ he doesn't necessarily have that top end speed. He's not a Tez Walker by any means as far as taking the top off of a defense. But in the absence of Tez last year, if you guys recall, he had a couple of catches over the top, and he wasn't walking away from anyone, but they were 40, 50-yard gains. And, I do believe that he has that ability. But I don't know, man, because, there's also this scary conundrum that we could be in where we don't have that guy, at least, he's not ready to step in and fulfill that role, because I've heard, Jordan is going to be the dude, he's going to be the dude when all is said and done, but is he ready to take that role right now? That's the question. So, that'll be interesting, man. I mean, I still believe that JJ is probably the best guy that we have right now. And, and I think that Bryson Nesbitt is going to be obviously Connor's main guy. So.
Right. And, I know he's coming back from injury, but those first two games, I was kind of wondering where Kobe Paytor was at. I know he had a catch against in that last game we had.
Yeah, Charlotte, yeah.
I'm kind of for Kobe to have a big, 100-yard game.
Well, I'm wondering how much of that Dennis, is the receivers not getting open and just Connor, learning how to go through his progression. So, we also got to keep in mind, as he's growing, as he's continuing to grow, because sometimes, I played in the slot in high school, and I'm just, this is anecdotal evidence. There are many times where I found myself wide open and the quarterback just didn't see me, so, he's going to have to continue to work on going through those progressions and finding the open man, and even pre-snap read, understanding where the defense is and who is going to be open. I remember early in the game, I can't remember if it was coming out of the backfield, but it was like a 3rd and 5. And if you hit, I think it was a back. It might have been O'Marion coming towards the right sideline, and all you got to do is hit him right off the jump, and he's going to pick up that 3rd and 5. But he works. You can see him working from left to right, and he ends up trying to work a dig route, that wasn't open. And so, it's him growing and learning to, one, pre-snap read, what is the defense doing, and then finding those open receivers when they're open. And so,
And I know, obviously, no one can be Drake. I mean, Drake was just generational. It's going to be, I think he's going
yes,
to be the starter for the Patriots.
yes,
But he used to just hit, like, one of his patented things that I noticed while watching his games is he loves hitting those seam routes just right up in the middle.
mm-hmm,
And, I mean, I don't know, taller, I mean, I think what was Drake, like 6'5" or something?
yeah, 6'4", 6'5", yeah,
And then his arm strength, I mean, was just something else.
yep.
And
And he would pinpoint it.
just,
He had that. He just had that innate ability to see things before they. He knew where the defense was going to be, and you saw him thread needles, especially on those seam routes, like you're saying. And that's not something that every quarterback can do. I mean, one of the things that I do believe we're going to have to accept is that there was Sam, there was Drake. We were spoiled for 5 years. Like,
well, I mean, it's going to be bad. It's going to be different.
yeah.
I mean, we're just going to get people on the, roll them out a little bit more. I think once we start fixing better D lines, I mean, our O line has, with these injuries packing up, hopefully they, people get healthy and we get our full strength back. But, just kind of getting Connor moving and more rollouts, I think would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Instead of just having them stand back there like a statue and try to find people, go through progressions, find people, kind of get them on the move and try to simplify it a little bit more for them.
I agree.
But,
I agree, brother.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm also looking forward to basketball season. I was a little surprised that we didn't get
A big?
truer center.
Yeah.
But hoping that Jalen takes a huge step, and I have faith in him, and I think our backcourt's going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, they'll.
This year. I think.
Yeah.
Trimble and Jackson, and I think our backcourt's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know this is a football calling show, but
No, I hear you, man.
that's going to be
Yeah, we're gonna have a great backcourt. Just hopefully we don't run into any dominant centers. That's kind of how I feel about it right now.
all right, man.
So.
I appreciate the call.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother.
Hopefully, I can get down there for a game or two. I'm trying. Just, got work up here up north.
I hear you, brother. Well, I'll be at the Wake Forest game, so if you're gonna come to one, man, come to the Wake Forest game and come holler at your boy.
All right, sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. You take it easy, man. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
All right, cool, man. Very cool. Very cool. So 45-6. 45-6. That's what we got. So getting here about an hour and 30 minutes, man. Anybody else want to stinking a shot at 150? I'll send it to you, man. I promise you. Man of my word. Man of my word. So we got a couple of hits, man. Little Russ said 41-10. We got 27-3. Here we go. We got another one. Hello. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Not got much to say about this game. We don't need to have any gadget plays to score a touchdown against NC Central.
Hey, touche, man. Touche. 14 of Carolina's 38 points were on gadget plays last week. Is that alarming?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Don't see any of that.
Yeah, I agree, man. I and that's, you may have remember I said, like, I don't like that we stinking pulled out a double reverse. flea flicker against Charlotte. I didn't like that at all, dude. And they asked Chip Lindsey about it, and Chip said, hey, man, I was just trying to, generate some more splash plays. And it's like, dude, did we really have to do that in week 2 against Charlotte? That's a cause for concern a little bit, man. I agree. We should be able to go through vanilla stuff, get some reps in and methodically work the football down the field. I would like to see us connect on splash plays, but nothing that's, involved with trickery or anything like that. We need to be saving that for a rainy day. Save that for, Wolfie when he comes to Chapel Hill. So I agree, brother. I agree. You got a score prediction?
Yeah, I'm going to take Carolina 49-7.
49-7. I would take that, dude. I will stinking take that, man. And you're going to be at the game.
Yep.
Dude, good for you, bro. I'm stinking excited for you, Shadow. I really am, man. You have to come back in here next week, man, and let us know how it was, dude. First time in Kenan Stadium. It is absolutely breathtaking, man, and I know that you're going to have a blast, bro. You're going to have a blast, man. So I'm excited for you, brother.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, man?
No, I don't really have much to say other than the gadget plays.
Okay, I hear you, brother. My man. Man, a few words. Well, I appreciate the call, Shadow. We got you in here for 49-7, brother. And I hope you have a outstanding time in Chapel Hill tomorrow, and hopefully the rain stays away.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Have a good night, man.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, later. My man. Here we go, man. We're starting to roll him in, dude. That's awesome. That's stinking awesome, man. I like it. Try to sneak into a patio. Dennis, you just called again? Let me see, man. My bad, guys. Let me see. For some reason, I got to keep clicking back and forth because it's not notifying me when anybody calls. So let me know before you call. Say, hey, Russ, I'm trying to call, man. But yeah, man, that's good. That's thinking good. So, I mean, we're up there in the 40s. I think everybody's pretty. It's going to voicemail. That's super weird, bro. Maybe it's because I was on the line with somebody, Dennis. Maybe it's because I was just on the line with somebody, brother. Try to call back one more time, man. The line is open right now, bro. It's free. It's waiting on you, my friend. Yeah, I have no idea. I was just on the line with somebody, so that's probably why it kicked you straight to voicemail, brother. But, yeah, so we got 4 score predictions aside from mine for a chance at $150. So, that's pretty good, man. Pretty good for North Carolina Central. Had 4 score predictions plus mine. I'm pleased with it. So we got any final thoughts, man? Any final thoughts before we get out of here? I want to see Connor continue to grow. I want to see us get out of this game healthy. And I want to see the defense play 4 quarters of football and give them nothing. That's what I want to see, man. That's what I stinking want to see. And you know what? If we can win this game 45-6, 49-7, I'll take that. And I'll take that and I'll feel good about the trajectory of this football program. So, yep, no injuries, play lots of bench. Heck yeah. Last chance, man. Last chance for romance before I shut it down and we get everybody in bed. Or for you partiers, we'll get everybody out there to the party place, wherever you stinking party. I appreciate everybody stopping in, man. Like I said, tomorrow I'll go live probably for a noon game. Everybody wants to see BC and Mizzou. I don't know why it's not going in, brother. I really don't. I'm not getting any calls from you, Dennis. I'm not getting any call, man. Oh, here we go. This might be you right now. Hello?
What's up?
What's going on, brother? Dennis?
Who's that other Dennis fan on there, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That wasn't me.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That wasn't me. I don't know. That dude, I don't know who that was, man.
Okay, well, he was, I still got him down. Hey, he just needs to let me know. Let me know in the comments section. Because I thought you were Dennis. But this is the Dennis.
No, it wasn't. I thought it was another Dennis. I was like, he kept saying Dennis. I was like, he's talking to him like it's me. Man,
It's been a long day, man.
I would have stayed on that long.
Yeah, what's up, brother? What you got, Dennis?
I got 51-10.
Oh, I like it, bro. I like it, man.
Yeah.
He's trying.
51-10.
Preston said you trying to call in here and get 2 chances.
Who said that?
Preston said that. He said, "Oh, that's stinking funny."
I won't give my score and Preston's score. We're going to split it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, brother. I would love for Carolina to score 50, man. Good night. I would love for Carolina to score 50. That'd be outstanding, dude.
My thing about the game is this, and I just want the coaching staff to let that kid know that they trust him.
Yeah, that's important.
If they come up and the only way they can show that is you don't have to give him the whole playbook, but I think on Inside Carolina, that they were just having him read the one side of the field, and I'm like, man, this dude's a 4-star quarterback. Cut him loose now, and then when we get into ACC play, we'll know what we have.
Yeah.
If he makes I would rather for him to make mistakes against North Carolina Central and James Madison, and then you can work with him and say, hey, don't do that, do this, don't do that, and let's just open. I just think that they're being too cautious.
Right. I mean, it's very plausible, man. Very plausible.
I mean, we ain't got nobody else. I mean, we got Jacoby, but hell, he's all we got. So let's just, let him go, man. See what he can do in the pocket, and tell him if it breaks down, then take off.
Yeah.
And another thing, man. Honestly, Russ, get rid of that damn option.
Oh, you don't like the option, huh?
I don't like it with him because we don't have. He's all we got.
Right, yeah. So you don't like him taking those hits.
No, he's got some Drake May in him, man. He doesn't want to slide.
Yeah. So you don't.
I just think that
Yeah, you don't like Connor taking the hit. You don't like Connor taking the hits because, and that may very, very well be why they're kind of, treating this, with kids' gloves right now because, they keep saying Jacoby's not ready. Michael Merdinger is a true freshman, and it's kind of like, hey, Connor, you're the dude, man. You can't get hurt. Like, we can't have you get hurt. And so, but I agree. We got to find out. We got to find out what his limitations are. I agree with that.
Let me ask you this. Going into the season, I thought that we were stacked at the skill positions, and I still think we are. I think we're stacked at receiver, tight end, running back. I just don't think something's not working. Something's not
Yeah. I mean, I think they're trying to find out what is the best, how to best utilize Connor. And I think that they legitimately, you could say this is a coaching blunder. I think they legitimately were planning, just to have the whole season with Max Johnson. And now it's kind of like scramble mode, because now you're trying to formulate a game plan around a quarterback with a very different skill set. And so,
I agree with you.
it's unfortunate, man, but I think that's where we're at now. Now, like everybody has insinuated, praise God that we have this schedule that is just fallen into our lap in 2024, so that we can work through these things. But I'm guessing that that's what it is right now, man. So.
Well, look, thanks. I'm not gonna take up more of your time. There's other folks trying to get in. Listen, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll get that 51-10.
Yes, sir. I like it, brother. I like it. We'll see you tomorrow, Dennis.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, you too, brother. All right, good night. My man. Dennis is a good dude, man. I tell you, one of the coolest things about this channel has been has meeting some of you people, man. Like talking to you, on the phone, seeing you in person. And there's some good dudes, man, in Tar Heel Nation, bro. There really is. And that has been one of the blessings of doing this, man. It's long hours, and I'm still trying to develop everything myself. But getting to meet good people, man, good, passionate Carolina fans, dude, it's been one of the joys of, my young time on YouTube, man. So I appreciate you guys calling in and everything. Tarl Chip said went to Clemson versus App State last week, had to do some ACC champ game scouting. Clubfoot looked good in the pocket with time. Yeah, bro, he threw for like 400 and something yards. Very different than the Georgia game, which I told everybody, like, you cannot, base where your program is after you go up against Georgia. Got to be a little bit, got to be a little bit more reasonable and realistic. So the defense needs a shutout, says Dennis. 100%, bro. This is the game to do it, man. This is the game to do it, boys. This is the game to do it. So, like I said, before we get out of here, man, growth with Connor, stay healthy. Defense needs to stink and pitch a shutout. No more than 10 points. No more than 10. And when I say 10, I don't mean 10 and a half. I mean 10 because, it's 45-7 at the end of the third. And, the second team guys came in and gave up a field goal, or it's, 45-3 and the second team guys gave up, a touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. But I would love to see Carolina stink and blank these dudes, man. So, like I said, man, tomorrow's 6 p.m., 5:50. I'll get in there a little bit earlier for the Carolina game if you guys just want to hang out for that. If you're not going to the game, you make sure you come and hang out with your boy. We'll watch some Carolina football. It's always a great stinking time. And I'll probably jump on here around noon, and it's looking like Mizzou Boston College. So if that doesn't excite you, it really doesn't excite me very much either, but I'm going to go with what the people want, man. And I don't have to work tomorrow, so praise God for that. It's the first time in a long time that I'm going to get to wake up, watch College Game Day, stinking, watch me some noon football, and then I get to watch my Heels later that stinking night, man. So I love you guys. Like I said, if you ain't going to the game, make sure you come and hang out with your boy. I appreciate you calling in. We got everybody locked in right here for the 150. Let everybody know, man. Let Tar Heel Nation know about the call-in show so we can get some more participation as the weeks go by. And we'll catch you on the next one, baby.